What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another trade recap here on the channel. Today, we took a W. Where's my executions at? So y'all know I ain't just trolling here, bro. Bang, executions right here. Um, Made around 3.1K today across my 5 accounts. So 500, 500, 500, 500, 500, 500. That's actually 6 accounts. Never mind. 5 lucid fundeds and 1 alpha zero. The alpha zero is one single day away, one more winning day away from getting a 1.1K payout on. And my lucids need 3 more winning days and still got to get them to a 4K balance. So I can, request 2K from each 5 account, and that'll be a 10K payout on lucid. This is going to be insane. Potential 10K month this month. Actually, I know this is going to be a 10K month. But let's go over the trade. The one trade I have taken today to make 3 bands on my funded. But before we get started, make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on the bell, post notifications so you're updated with every trade recap. I'm going to try doing new stuff on YouTube as well. You guys follow us on the socials, TikTok and Instagram. They're going to be in the description down below. Make sure you guys join my free Discord, bro. Like literally, I live trade every live trade there every single day. Caught this trade here on live with my Discord members. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. It's completely free. I post my daily buys there. I live trade every single day, and I try to give it as much sauce as I can, as best to my abilities. And yeah, that's going to be in the link in the description as well. Again, completely free. Not going to charge anything. Not profitable yet. I don't even think. I think I'm gonna keep doing shit for free because it's more fulfilling. But let's see. Make sure, guys, if you guys want to support your boy by using code JC at either Alpha or Lucid, Tradeify, you have to use code JC07 so you can actually get the discount because I couldn't get just JC on Tradeify. But if you guys want to support your boy, Alpha, Lucid, and Tradeify, use my code to get the best possible discount and to save some of your money while also helping your boy out. So help me help you, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's go over my trade today. Honestly, it was a pretty simple trade. Let me turn off executions now because it's going to bother me. But yeah, it was a pretty simple long here. Let's go over my daily bias first, going to the daily time frame. And where's the daily chart? Okay. Let's go in replay mode here so I can take out this candle. Here you can see on the daily time frame, we did end up respecting this daily fair value gap here. If you go on ES, we don't really got anything on the daily time frame. But an important thing is that we are at all-time highs conditions. And what do I want to do at all-time highs conditions? Long, especially when when I see the daily fair value gap get respected like this. We close what above CE of the daily fair value gap. Let me just pull it out. Bang, bang, close above CE. So that's telling me that let the wicks do the damage and the body tells the story. You know what I'm saying? So very bullish today. Go on the 4 hour time frame. Oh yeah, I was saying too that we are at all-time highs conditions. So I went along, and for our draws on liquidity, we have all-time highs, previous day's highs, and then if we go on the 30-minute time frame, it's not gonna be on. Oh, it actually is too. So on the 30-minute time frame, we have these equal lows plus all this LR leading up to the 30-minute equal highs on NQ and previous day's highs and all-time highs. So draws and liquidity today are super, super solid. Very confident in bullish bias. And if we go down to the 4 hour time frame, what do I see here? We have this 4 hour gap and this 4 hour gap. And at the time, we were closing above. We were like I don't remember. We were just respecting these 4 hour. We were respecting these 4 hour gaps at the time. And yeah, on ES at the time of that as well. We haven't tapped into this 4 hour gap yet, but keep in mind this 4 hour gap here is very, very important for today's trade. And yeah, this gap right here at around 9:30 and then in market open, it was not filled yet. But with this structure here, with the daily gap getting, respected and everything, all I want to see is just us respect this 4 hour gap and see longs from here, either continuation longs or just long from there. And yeah, so let's get into this trade recap now. Let's get into price action. So something I want to see here is that when we were inside of Okay, yeah, now you can see the difference. So we barely hit this 4 hour gap right here, right? And what I wanted to see is I wanted to see this low right here be a high resistance low. So what did we create at 9:30? We ended up creating this 15-minute gap here that's sponsored from the 4 hour fair value gap. So a 4 hour high time frame fair value gap is sponsoring a 15-minute high time frame fair value gap. So what I wanted to see basically is just, market open, manipulate down being the Judas swing, and then see an inversion to the upside, and then taking that long towards my draws on liquidity. Oh yeah, and also today with the news, we had PPI. So we did have data highs right here. Another great target. Um, and yeah, so I want to see that 15-minute gap get created and then respected and see longs from. But keep in mind that we also are inside of a bearish 15-minute gap. So keep that in mind as well. But there was another scenario that I had for longs is that if we wanted to, and this low isn't high resistance, and I'm wrong about that, another long opportunity that I could see is us taking out that 4 hour intermediate low and then see longs from it. And we actually did get it. So I'm actually like a goated ass trader. But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to see. And in my head, I was like, okay, bet if we're gonna actually go all the way down here, take out this low, I want to see ES come down, tap into the 4 hour, and then see longs from it. I don't want to take any other long until ES hits that 1 hour. All right. So also, I forgot again. The thing about this 15-minute gap here that was super important is because at the time of entry, at the time ES really wasn't in anything. We disrespected a 4 hour gap. I'm pretty sure. Don't mark my words. Actually, let me fact check. Never mind. We didn't have anything really. ES really wasn't coming out of delivering out of anything. We didn't have a gap or nothing. So that's why this 15-minute gap was important to me because then once I saw that, okay, on NASDAQ, we have a sponsored 15-minute gap from the 4 hour and ES making this 15-minute gap, which is the high time frame gap. Both of them manipulate into them and then see longs from because now we have high time frame support so we can have distribution. So they both have a reason to distribute from. But let's get into price action. So what ended up happening, we made that 15-minute gap. What ended up happening, never mind, I think I went too much. Okay, I gotta go. But market open, we ended up, bang, manipulating to that 15. ES did the same exact thing. And I was like, okay, bet my scenario could play out here. Where is it? I think it was right here. No, it was right here. So both NASDAQ and ES tapped into that 15-minute, and now I'm just waiting for my confirmation being inverse for value gap. Then I'm seeing like, okay, we're getting a bit too close to this low. Something could happen. Then we ended up taking that low. Bang. Okay. It's all good. I still have one more scenario for longs because I'm super hella convicted towards these longs. I don't want to be shorting in this all-time highs conditions, especially with the draws liquidity we have to the upside and barely any draws we have to the downside being just like Asia lows and the daily intermediate low. But here, like I said in the beginning, ES didn't end up taking. Where is it? Actually, yeah. Hold on. Uh, 9:35. So here I'm just waiting for ES to tap into that 4 hour before taking any type of long. And what happened? I waited. At 9:40, we ended up tapping into that 4 hour on ES. So I'm like, okay, bet. Longs here look great. We're inside this 4 hour intermediate low. We're respecting that 4 hour for value gap. Now I'm just waiting for some type of inversion. Now there was this 1 minute entry here that I saw a lot of people take. You would have gone insta break even because there was a 5 minute here. But the reason I didn't take that 1 minute is because I wanted to take the 5 minute inverse. Now the reason I wanted to take the 5 minute inverse because before, like I said, we were delivering from this 6 minute gap in the beginning. So this 5 minute gap here, if we were gonna see shorts from, it would be from here because this 5 minute gap would also be sponsored from the 15-minute gap. So what I want to see here is just an inverse of this 5 minute. So then I know that we're disrespecting high time frame sponsorships and that we shouldn't go lower from there. But we ended up just not inverting it. And whoever wasn't able to go break even probably got raped. And yeah, so longs are still valid here. Honestly, I was still hella bullish. And then I'm saying, okay, NASDAQ is definitely dumping towards something. So what do? I go on the higher time frame. I mark out equilibrium from this range low to the 30-minute equal highs, and I see equilibrium right here. Now, what I see when NASDAQ is coming down is that ES is also going down to something. And what is that something? It is the Asia lows. We ended up taking out Asia lows on ES. Oh, right here. We ended up taking Asia lows on ES while also hitting the lower hourly here. Wowzers, right? And NASDAQ comes down, bang, hits EQ of the range, S&P with Asia lows, and at the same time, we're inside this hourly here. Now, we didn't take out this hourly intermediate low, but that's completely fine because of the reaction we got from equilibrium. Now, I was looking for my trade here. Come on, rather this thing. I was looking for my trade. The highest time frame inversion here was this 4 minute, which had a beautiful close, 1 minute, one candle close here. And you can see here by the reaction, we're respecting this hourly while respecting EQ, SMT at the low, and we're also still respecting at the time of entry this 4 hour. So I'm like, okay, bet this is actually such a beautiful long. I honestly give it an A plus because on Nasdaq NES we have a high time frame. Um, you know, we have a high time frame. Peter being the wow, high time frame Peter being the hourly and the 4 hour. SMT inside the high time frame, PD array being the fair value gap, and then we're delivering off from equilibrium of the range. So that's everything I could ever ask for. And then we got this beautiful inversion with the 4 minute. And this is where I entered, risking around 500 a trade, stop loss at the wick and TP originally was at data highs, but after my trade literally took an hour to hit. So I just put out a 1-to-1 to secure a winning day and just get out of 1-to-1. But I was super confident this would play out. Now, with this entry, it was like what? Hold on. Yeah, we were pretty close to 10 a.m. A lot of people didn't take this because of how close we were to 10 a.m. and them being scared that the 4 hour is going to get inverted. Now, yes, we did inverse that 1 hour, but I mean the 4 hour. Let me skip to 10 a.m. Okay, there's 10 a.m. We did end up doing what? We ended up inverting this 4 hour and the 4 hour above us. But we got to remember that we are still respecting this hourly gap here very nicely. And we like wicked equilibrium S&T at the low. So I'm still confident in this long. And what do we have below us helping us in this trade in our favor? A 15-minute rejection block. So there's nothing else I could ask for. This trade is honestly A plus. I really like this trade, but the delivery wasn't all there. We took a while, but after we hit this 15-minute gap here, I went break even after that. So risk-free trade. Yes, is also delivering very nicely once I hit break even, and then close to getting break even. But then we hit the 5 minute below here. Oh, thank you. And then TP at a 1-to-1. I wasn't going to try to hold two data highs because, like I said, I was already in this trade for an hour. And when I hit TP, it was already 11 a.m. So I was just trying to get out. I wasn't trying to get hold all the way here, but it did end up going to my draws. I think it was like start at PM. Yeah, you can see there. So I was right about my draws on liquidity, which is a plus as well. And yeah, I guess we got like 945 PO3 as well, if you want to call that. We got 945 PO3 hitting equilibrium of the range hourly. What else can I add more to the trade? Honestly, I was super convicted in longs today. I didn't see any type of short scenario other than like this 5 minute sponsored to equilibrium. But yeah, that was my trade of the day. Let me know what you guys took in the comments below. If you have any questions, either you can DM me on Discord or socials, or just put it in the comments down below. So I'll see you guys. God bless you all. Thanks for watching and trade safe.